month, according to NBC. It would legalize recomposing in Washington, where burial and cremation are currently the only acceptable ways to dispose of human remains. A public benefit corporation, Recompose, is responsible for the actual composting, conventional burial and cremation leave significant carbon footprints, Recompose says on its website. Burial consumes valuable urban land and can also pollute the air and soil with embalming fluids. Separate research has found, while these choices generally cost upward of $7,000, Recompose claims it will only charge $5,500 to compost a body. Recomposting is ideologically related to green burial, wherein biodegradable urns are planted to grow trees, but Recompose's method uses portable vessels for composting, and the ashes are intended to be taken home by a person's family. The transformation of human to soil happens inside our reusable hexagonal recomposition vessels, Recompose states in an FAQ or FAQ. When the process has finished, families will be able to take home some of the soil created, while gardens on site will remind us that all of life is interconnected. Recompose was founded in 2017 by entrepreneur Katrina Spade, who previously led the Urban Death Project, which espoused similar goals, making funeral rites sustainable and more affordable for Americans. Lynn Carpenter Boggs, professor of sustainable and organic agriculture at Washington State University, is the head of research at Recompose. In 2017, the corporation funded a $75,000 program through the university that allowed Carpenter Boggs to test the concept on 6 donor bodies. The process utilizes a 5-foot by 10-foot pod full of organic tinder, such as straw and wood chips. The thermophilic or heat-loving microbes that metabolize the remains, maintaining an internal temperature of 131 degrees Fahrenheit within the vessel. The entire ritual takes 1 month and produces a cubic yard of compost, according to Recompose. It comes with some savants. Non-organic materials such as artificial hips will be screened for and recycled, Recompose says. And NBC notes that some pathogens may be resistant to the composting process, in which case people with certain illnesses may be ineligible. Penderson unsuccessfully introduced a similar bill in 2017 and attributes its failure to opposition from the religious group. NBC reported. The new legislation also aims to legalize alkaline hydrolysis, or the dissolving bodies in water and lye. If passed, it would go in effect on May 1st, 2020. So my question is for everybody, with all the different ways that we care for our dead, what do all of you think about this new method that Washington is working on passing?
Who would like to go first? Anyone? Sure.
this. All right, I apologize for the sound issues. There is some sort of a glitch operating between two pieces of software, and thank you very much to those people in our chat room that have pointed that out. So hopefully this is perfect and there won't be any more issue. But I think that this is going to be a problem because people are dead people are taking up all this real estate, which, especially in New York, where there are legions of cemeteries with vast acreage, there's just no room. But I think it's going to have religious connotations, Jennifer, as you mentioned in that article, because how are they going to be raised from the dead when the Messiah comes back? So from religious standpoints, logistical standpoints, it makes sense. Would I want to do it? This body is just a vessel. So I don't want it to be messed up while I'm in it. But there's so many other things that matter to me. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Other people are thinking along these same lines. This is Jean here. And I wrote an article in August about Italian company Capsula Mundi, which means capsules of the world. And they've introduced an organic and biodegradable burial pod. So this solves the Christian's dilemma of resurrection because it's a biodegradable coffin of sorts that's shaped like a bulb, and the idea is to plant it in a hole in the ground, and then the survivors select a tree, or the person who died could select a tree before they die, and the tree gets planted above their biodegrading remains. It's the coffin skin is what's biodegradable, and of course a human is biodegradable. It takes time though, and this other thing, this method that Jen has mentioned about composting humans, it has a macabre slant to it, or connotation to it, that humans will be mulched basically and composted. It's distasteful to a lot of people, I think, whether on religious grounds or just good taste, ethics, mores. But I also think, this is my final point, I think younger generations of people would much rather see parklands, grassy areas with trees, rather than rows and rows of tombstones. What do y'all think of all that?
Hi,
I yield.
I'm sorry, were you finished? This is Tom. Did I interrupt somebody, or can I?
Nope, I was saying I yield. Here you go, Tom.
Yield. Oh,
introducing
okay.
Tom.
All right, thanks for yielding. Yeah, that makes sense that we have to, right now with these new things coming up and these new ideas, everybody says they want to have a smaller footprint, and other people have ideas about their different religious beliefs. And at this time, with those new things coming, it makes sense that people have a chance to think about them and see how it fits in with their beliefs, and they have options. The more and more people that are populating the earth, however, it might come to the point that the options won't be there anymore. So it's a good idea to bring these things up and find out what the general consensus, what we can do about it. In the Bible, it reminds me of that saying somewhere, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, and it'd be more, to me, it seems like it's more along those ideas. That's my 2 cents.
All I'll say before I hand the mic over to Jennifer is, like that meme says, you want haunted forests?
That's right. How you get haunted
That's how
forests.
you get haunted forests. Well, we don't know if that's true or not, but, who's to say? But here you go.
All right, everybody. And with that, it is time for our next commercial break. You are listening to Paraversal Universe. We will be right back after this.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 45 minutes after the hour.
Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back. This is Paraversal Universe on WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. Also heard on the Rift Radio Network out of Lakeside, Virginia, and WCET-FM and affiliates out of Columbia, South Carolina. We're your hosts, Kevin and Jennifer Malek, coming to you from the frozen tundra of northern Wisconsin here at the Northwoods Paranormal Resource Center in Rhinelander. This is the monthly edition of the Paralogian Report with fellow correspondents, psychologist and ufologist Jean Broida, psychotherapist and paranormal investigator Tom McGuire, and Paralogian Kat Hobson sitting in for Don Young. You can always enjoy excellent Fringe Talk Radio for awesome and informative radio shows about the paranormal, supernatural, esoteric, and Fortean topics on our network and platform, affiliate platform websites. Not only this show, but many other good shows about different facets of the unknown and unexplained. Much to listen to and much to enjoy. Stream live on TuneIn or iTunes, or the Paranormal Livestream app, available from Android app and iTunes Store. This segment is brought to you by the Supernatural Magazine, where our articles can be read. Alrighty, back to the Paralogian Report. Why don't we, Kat, you said you had an article that you had brought forth?
I do.